Do. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr. It's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. And just checking in on you. What's going on? I am back. The United States of America. Well, you can get a gun, you can marry a man, and where, I don't know, you can go get a big gulp. You can do whatever the fuck you want here, man. This is America. Land of the free. Land of the free. Land of the Slurpee. Yes, got back yesterday. Pretty easy flight, you know. I thought it was going to be a rough one, okay. Got on with my wife and my lovely daughter. And, of course, my daughter started screaming bloody murder right in the beginning because, you know, poor thing. It's tough for him, right? And this fucking guy in front of us, right? We're flying business class. So everybody's got a little bit of the, hey, you know, we almost made it, didn't we? Huh? Didn't we almost have it all? 20 rows away from first class. And my daughter did some high-pitched scream, and the guy just fucking put his hand straight up in the air like, really? Then he started turning around looking at us. So I fucking popped my head up like a goddamn something to meet his eyes like, dude, really? It's a fucking baby. You used to be a baby. You were on a plane and you were screaming. You fucking asshole. People who like have problems with babies crying, like, you know, as much of a cunt that I am, I have not had a problem with that. It actually, you know, babies start crying on a plane. It makes me, I've said this before, it makes me laugh because they're expressing literally what I'm thinking. I'm ready to start crying. I don't want to fucking do this. You know? How far is it?
Could everybody take your seat so we can expedite the boarding process, right?
And nobody listens to them. They're all standing up. They're shoving jackets in the overhead compartments. You know, they're acting like a bunch of babies. So anyways, later on in the flight, I ran into the guy up front when he was pouring himself a drink, and I went up there and I got a drink. I said, hey, sorry about the baby crying. And he's like, oh, no problem. It's a baby. I said, oh, now you're a good guy. Now you're good. And then for the rest of the flight, he was cool. He was making faces at her and shit. You know, I get it. You paid for business class. You're about ready to take a 10-hour flight, and some kid's screaming bloody murder. And, you know, really kind of ruins it. But, you know, that's what they made earplugs for. There was like 3 babies in our section, and they were all putting on their own show. But after a while, my daughter settled down, but she scared the daylights out of a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are just fucking selfish assholes, like they were born adults, you know? The looks that they fucking give you, or even worse, they'll give you a kid. It's just like, wow. Makes me feel better about myself, man. I mean, I know I'm an asshole, but Jesus, you know, I stop short of mean mugging a fucking toddler. No, I've probably done that. Not a toddler, but when I see a fucking spoiled brat in a store and his parents have no control over him or her, and she wants something or he wants something, they don't get it, and they start fucking crying. Oh, man, if they make eye contact with me, I'll shoot them a look. I admit it. I'll do it. You know? I love it when the parent doesn't give in and doesn't give the kid the fucking toy or the piece, whatever, the candy bar, whatever the fuck the kid wants. I don't know what it is about it, but it just gives me so much joy when the kid doesn't get what he wants. You know? And when the fucking kid gets what he wants, I always think, you fucking pussy. I always think that. I don't know. It has to do with my childhood, has nothing to do with children or my beliefs in what we're trying to do with ISIS. All right? I'm just being honest with you fuckers. Sorry. I'm after punishing these people with my French. I'm trying to get my American back together. We speak American over here. This is America. We speak English. Anyways, saw Guns&Roses for the first time in my life Monday night and got ridiculously hooked up. I'm not going to name any names and be a douche here, but I just want to thank everybody who fucking was a part of hooking me up, and it was insane. We basically sat on the side of the stage. They gave us these inner ear monitors, so we heard the band mix, and you could hear Axl making jokes in between songs and stuff, if he saw something, just making a random comment. It was fucking amazing. It was amazing. It was like being in Bill Belichick's headset. And I have to tell you something. That fucking show might have been the best concert I've ever been to. And I don't even know where to begin. First of all, we're in a fucking giant field right outside of Paris. The sun was going down. There was all these beautiful clouds. And my view is basically, I see the backs of all the musicians, which with the sun fucking going down. I got some killer, granted there's cell phone pics and everything, but like, first of all, they didn't tune down any song. They played every song in the exact same key that Axl sang them in 30 fucking years ago, and he crushed it. I can't overstate how well that guy's voice, how well he sung, how great he sounded like the fucking record. And they did a 3-hour show. 3-hour show. I'm an old man. Okay. Fucking hour and a half. I'm usually ready to be done with it. But this 3 fucking hours in, I was actually sad when it was over. I don't even know where to be. It was fucking unbelievable. Slash took this amazing solo. Axl's voice sounded incredible. Duff sang a song, and then they threw some covers in there too. I don't want to ruin the show for people who want to go see it, but every cover they did was by some other beast singer that sang really up in the higher register, and Axl crushed all of it. And it's the best the band has sounded since way back in the day, I feel. Back when that classic one that they aired on MTV that I watched 1,000 fucking times, that one where I think they were at the Roxy, was that what it was, in New York? And I remember that was on, I had that on, taped it on VHS tape on the VCR. And there was, who's that fucking VJ with the long blonde hair? And he used to wear the leather jacket. He was from Europe or something. And he was going, this band's supposed to be the next big thing if they live long enough, right? What's amazing is 30 years later, they're all alive. But that was the big thing. But anyways, it was fucking unbelievable. That's all I'm going to say. So if you get a chance to see them on this tour, definitely go see them. Like I said, I can't remember the last time they sounded this good. This might be the best they ever sounded. So, and that's it. And Nia was going fucking nuts during the show. She actually got a reaction from Duff and Axl. Duff, big smile, laughing, watching how crazy Nia was going. And then Axl actually imitated the dance that Nia was doing. So needless to say, she had a great fucking time. And I'm smiling now thinking about it. It was the perfect fucking way to end that trip. So there you go. And now I am back, and Billy, Freckles is jet lagged. I did my best. I stayed up until 8:00. Last night, but then the old kiddo got up at 3 a.m, so I've been up since 3, and that's been a mess. By the way, I finally broke into that fucking bottle of that chocolate salted vodka liqueur or whatever, something, I don't even know what the fuck it was. Holy shit, was that a hangover? I didn't even have that much. I was just drinking vodka. I was just pouring it in to kind of like, spruce it up, and it tasted like ass, but it was given to me by a relative, so I was like, I gotta, out of respect for them, I gotta drink some of this shit. And the next day, I woke up, and I was like, oh my God. It wasn't even a hangover. It was like a body pain. And I felt like I was gonna puke. Like I just need to get something to eat. So I go down the rue. How does that say? Rue. However the fuck they talk over there. And I'm looking for a boulangerie that is open. And I find one, and I just got a couple of croissants, a couple of pain du chocolat. Not all for me. I was getting them for everybody. And but I was fucked up until I got on the plane, and I basically had to start drinking again. It was one of those sort of hangovers. And oh my God, I got so mad at my wife where they had us with a 6:20 a.m. pickup. And my wife goes, man, that sounds kind of early. You know, we're not taking off till 10:20, right? And she pushed the pickup back by 40 minutes, you know? And I love how she doesn't live in Paris and made this judgment. That sounds early. So for an extra 40 minutes of sleep. And I'm one of those people, if they tell you to get there 2 hours before, I get there 2 hours before. You know? Not a care in the fucking world, because I know I don't do well with that kind of stress. All right? You want to stick me in a bar with a bunch of animals fucking throwing shit at a stage? I can handle that. I don't know why, because I grew up with a bunch of animals. But like when it comes to that type of shit, all right, where you're looking at, you know, you got your wife and your kid and you're looking at a 10-hour flight. If the fucking people who live there and know where the airport is say it's to get picked up at 6:20, get picked up at 6:20. She pushed it till 7. And everything was going great till we got there. Those Air France grumpy fucking people working there. We asked this lady, there's like no help. Where the fuck do we stand in line? Where do we check in? They tell us this one line. We stand in it, and then we get all the way to the front, and this fucking asshole is like, no, monsieur, you had the wrong line. It's like, fuckhead. Someone wearing the exact same shirt as you told us this was the right line. And he was just like, he was one of those guys who just takes joy in fucking ruining your day. So then you had to go over it. You had to basically check yourself in, put the tags on your bags, weigh your bags, do the whole thing. I was working at the airport. I'll tell you, I almost gave myself a tip at the end of it, okay? It was ridiculous. And then we finally get through, and then she had to go. Go and exchange her, or whatever the fuck you do there with getting your tax money back. She had to go fucking do that. We stood in the wrong line, and time's ticking, and we got picked up 40 minutes later than they said we should have. And next thing you know, we finally get through fucking security, and I'm just going like, this was so fucking stupid. We get through security, and we have to, before we even go, not security, we get through customs. We get through that, then we have to, we discover at that point we got to walk over half a terminal, get on a fucking train before we get into this shit show security line. And we were going through the line. They were already boarding the plane, and oh my God, was I fucking mad. I was just like, it wasn't supposed, it didn't have to be this way. So my wife does what she always does when she's wrong, and she knows she's wrong. She just immediately apologizes, you know? So then, now what am I supposed to do? So now, okay, she said she was sorry. She said, you're right, I messed up, I'm sorry. But now we're still in this situation. I don't know. My wife would do that in war. You know, if I was up on a fucking roof and she gave away our position, and then all of a sudden we're taking on fire, and she'd just be like, you're right, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shuffled my feet like that. What? I said I was sorry. You know when they do that shit? What? I said I was sorry. I didn't know. You know what? You just like being mad. You know, and they just turn the whole fucking thing around on you. So I'm sitting there going, they're boarding the fucking plane right now, and all these fucking animals are going to be taking our overhead compartment space, and I'm just catastrophizing. I'm like that dude in Platoon, like, I got a bad feeling about this, man. And she is acting like, what's his face in Kelly's Heroes? What's this? It's a beautiful bridge, babe. It's going to be there, right? She's all fucking, Donald Sutherland. She's all fucking relaxed, and I'm flipping the fuck out. And of course, we get on the plane. You know, we get there. They're still boarding the plane. We get on. Everything's fine. The overhead compartment above our seats closed, and I'm like, it's going to be fucking packed with shit. And I opened up. It was completely empty. Everything was great. And, then she tries to turn it around. Like, you see, look, the plane's even leaving late. Like, what's the problem? I said, that's a great idea. So next time we go to another country where we're not really familiar with it, let's leave 40 minutes later, and let's just count on the fact that the plane's going to be late. You know? Look, I said I was sorry. I don't know what more you want from me. What do you say to that? It's like, I don't want you to apologize now, okay? I got to get the anger out first, then you apologize, okay? What? I said I was sorry. and then it all fucking goes away. Jesus Christ. You know, God forbid I do something. You fucking bring it up for 9 years, right? What? I said I was sorry. Yes, but that doesn't blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so I'm back here in the States. I been up since 3 a.m. I got caught up on some of my shit that I had on the, I still call it the DVR, whatever the fuck you call the digital goddamn thing now. I watched the MotoGP race from Spain. I watched Jorge Lorenzo absolutely dominate. I guess he's won 2 races in a row for Ducati, right? Dovizioso crashed out for the second time in 3 races, I guess. So I guess that's causing a weird situation over there. I don't know much about it, but I can tell you that I'm hoping, since Dovizioso seems like he's rapidly going to be out of this, that Lorenzo keeps winning races, because I would love to see him and Marquez basically go neck and neck for it the whole way to the end, you know? I hate when, like, the guy basically has it wrapped up in September, you know? Valentino Rossi made his 3rd fucking podium in a row. It was great. Cal Crutchlow finally got around that cunt. Took him like fucking 20 laps, but he did it. I enjoyed it. And you know what? I was very tempted to try and go to that race, but I just couldn't leave my daughter. You know what I mean? We had a relative over there helping us out, and I wasn't going to leave them, you know? It just felt weird leaving a country that isn't my country and leaving my daughter, so I said, fuck it. I was getting a little bit too caught up in the, hey, I'm turning 50. You only turned 50 once. Hey, you only turned 51 once or 49 once. Asshole, you're a dad. So I was like, all right. You know, I got hammered on the plane, though. My wife she was fucking pissed at me. I had a little bit, you know, I was thinking I was already going to be on the wagon, but that's just that long-ass flight. And I watched that fucking movie, Dunkirk. Now, I know all you guys saw it in IMAX. I fucking blew it. I was too busy and I missed it. I watched it on a little airplane TV, but oh my God, was that movie unfucking believable. And I knew it was going to be unbelievable because there's this thing out here in Hollywood where when people cannot handle that somebody is that much more talented than them, they say the same thing. I had a buddy of mine saw that movie. He goes, did you see Dunkirk yet? And I was like, no, I didn't. I got to see it. I heard it's unbelievable. He goes, yeah. He goes, I left the movie. I was like, I don't even know what I just watched. Like, I don't even know what I just watched. I think, what do you mean you don't know that fucking? It's a fucking war movie, you asshole. Jesus Christ, brush up on the History Channel. World War II. Hitler's driving the Allied forces into the ocean. Made a huge fucking blunder because he made a left turn. He couldn't resist Paris. He went down to Paris to go down to get a boulangerie, to get, a chocolat du pain and get a little fucking frosting in his fucking Charlie Chaplin mustache. He fucked up. What he should have done was annihilate us on that goddamn beach is what the fuck he should have done. It's one of the great military blunders. Even I know that. I know that because Joe Bartnick taught me that, right? Joe Bartnick he knows all about fucking World War II. And then I watched the movie, and it was just basically about these people, in the was it the French army, the English army, mainly the English army, and there was some French people there too, trying to get the fuck out of there so they didn't die. I mean, it was pretty basic what was going on there, but the way it was shot was incredible. And I've just noticed out here in Hollywood was when somebody is like when you see a fucking movie at that goddamn level, I mean, how would you even write that script? There was just so much action going on with no dialogue, and it was breathtaking, moving. It was incredible, and one of the great things about knowing that you're a fucking moron is you can enjoy somebody else's genius. I was just sitting there going, I could never fucking do this. This is incredible. And I loved it. And this buddy of mine was just going, yeah, I don't even know what I just watched. I mean, I can see if you fucking watched, one of those scat films and somebody just shit on somebody's chest. I don't know what the fuck I just saw, but I'm trying to forget it. I remember that when that Batman movie came out with that actor who played the Joker and won the Oscar. I'm so bad with the names. And his performance as the Joker is right up there with anything I've ever seen any actor do. And I remember seeing this other big actor after he watched that movie saying the exact same fucking thing. Like, I don't even know what I just watched. I mean, maybe I'm not smart enough. I don't know what that movie was supposed to mean. I mean, it's just, I don't know what I just watched. Maybe you just watch one of the great acting performances of all time, and it's making you feel a little fucking certain way about yourself. Give it up, you asshole. What's the matter, huh? What do you play, the Green Lantern, and all of a sudden you fucking can't handle the way this guy played the Joker? I don't even know what I just watched. So anyway, I watched that movie. And I had a script to read. I'm a Hollywood guy. I'm in business class. I'm reading scripts, right? That's what I do, okay? To see, which cop am I going to play in this movie? So, anyways, I started, I went up to the front. I was walking my daughter up and down the aisles, and then I see they got a bottle of Glenlivet. And I was just like, oh, shit, there we go. All this stupid wine and cheese in this fucking thing. And I just poured myself a glass of wine. And when I saw that, well, I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that for my kid. I don't know. A lot of the flights are Blur, right? So I brought my kid back, and then that's right. I had the glass of wine. And then I saw the Glenlivet, and I was like, oh, that's what I want. Now, what the fuck do I do with this? So I just sucked it down. And yeah, then I started drinking that stuff. And the second I break out like any sort of fucking brown stuff, like eyes are on me. And, I had the glass of wine. I had some shitty American food. And I had like 3 of those Glenlivets, and I got a 4th one, right? It's a 10-hour flight. I was pacing it. I was keeping myself. I was doing the Keith Richards thing. You get nice, right? And then you just kind of, you keep it there. You don't get fucking messy or whatever. But I got the 4th one. She gave me the eyeball, so I just set it down, right? And then I fucking took a nap for not more than 20 minutes. And when I woke up, it was gone. And I was looking at her. She fucking told that lady to take the goddamn things. And I had to just sit there, beginning my initial descent into just sitting there stone fucking sober. I don't know. So anyways, that was my last little hurrah. So now I'm on the wagon. Woke up this morning, had my steel-cut oats, my 2 eggs over easy, banana and some strawberries. Then I'll probably have some Ezekiel bread with some fucking almond butter. And of course, for lunch, I've already made my quinoa. So I learned that's how you say it, with some black beans, maybe a little salsa. Then I'll probably, later on in the afternoon, have some exciting chickpea pasta. Then I'll have a protein the size of my hand with some sort of garden salad. And then I'm just going to crush waters and hit the elliptical. Back to that grind. My vacation is over. No more croissants. No more baguettes. No more Glenlivet. All right? Back to being regular. I'm back to fucking Clark Kent. It's actually good. Something was great about drinking like a pig over there is you fucking, By the way, we have, I told you, I had a relative on the plane too, okay? So it wasn't just my wife sitting there, her husband got shit-faced, okay? It was my wife and another relative staring at me while I got shit-faced. I didn't get shit-faced, but I got, I was definitely tailgating. How am I going to lay off? I know I'm going on the wagon. They got the bottles sitting right up there. I paid all this money for business class. I always give her shit. I'm not going to get into it. She gives me shit. What the fuck are you going to do? You know what I should have done? I should have woke. What? I'm sorry. You can't be drinking all this. You're gonna pass out and you're gonna. What? I said I was sorry. What? I said I was sorry. All right, MeUndies, everybody. Here we go. Oh, MeUndies, drinking on the fucking plane. MeUndies, my undies. My wife is a fucking pain. If I pass out, she takes my drink. I wake up and I make a stink. And then she doesn't talk to me for a couple of movies. And then we land at LAX wearing MeUndies. MeUndies, you've definitely heard me talk about MeUndies. Hey, who's kidding who? You've heard me sing about MeUndies. The fun, comfy undies that feel as good as they look. To those of you who haven't tried them yet, listen up. You can get incredible underwear sent to your door with MeUndies, meaning no more hunting around for the perfect pair at a crowded store and eventually settling for good enough. MeUndies are made with a sustainably sourced material from beechwood trees. Still don't know how you make underwear out of trees and they're soft. Some fucking Barney Rubble shit. Their naturally soft fiber makes a fabric that won't sag down or ride up. Okay? That's what it is. It's flying. The underwear flies in formation with your nuts. Trust me, once you put on a pair, you're going to get it. MeUndies is so sure you'll love the first pair that if you're not happy, they'll do whatever they can to get you into the right pair. And if they can't, I just realized, some people's balls one hangs lower than the other. Maybe that's what the problem is. Get somebody on there. Can you describe your genitalia? And if they can't, keep them and they'll refund you. So it really is risk-free to try the best underwear ever. Okay, now are you looking in a mirror? You make sure you're saying your left testicle hangs lower. All right? Is there anybody there that can confirm this, can look at you just in case? Because we've had people, when they look in a mirror, they get confused about which ball they're looking at. All right, we're just trying to make sure that this is a win-win for you. And if you're already part of the MeUndies family, tell your friends about it through their referral program. They'll get a discount and you get a store credit. It's a win-win. Still not sure? Well, MeUndies has a deal for my listeners. First-time purchasers get 15% off their first pair of MeUndies and free shipping. That's 15% off plus free shipping. And a guarantee that you and your MeUndies will be happy together. I can't see me having my balls and no one else. Get your butt over to MeUndies.com and treat yourself. To get your 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Burr. That's MeUndies.com/Burr. Oh, look who's back. I love these guys. Here's a product that I use and I back. Butcher's Box. Not to be confused with Nature's Box. Mother Nature's. Butcher's Box. Butcher Box delivers healthy 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef, free-range organic chicken, and heritage-bred pork. Heritage-bred breed, B-R-E-E-D. Heritage-breed pork, directly to your door. And I'm going to tell you, that is the best goddamn pork chop I've ever effing had. Okay? It's fucking delicious. The incredible quality of Butcher Box meat starts with the commitment to raising animals humanely before we kill them and free of antibiotics and hormones. Each box comes with at least 8 to 11 pounds of meat, which is enough for 24 individual size meals. You can choose from 5 different box types: all beef, beef and chicken, beef and pork, the mixed box, the custom box, which lets you choose your own cuts. I cannot tell you how much. Oh my God. That pork chop, that piece of pork, oh my God, it was fucking delicious. How Butcher Box works? First we feed the animals, then we let them outside, then we shoot them in the head. Choose from curated boxes, including a mix of high-quality beef, chicken, and pork, or customize your own box. Meat is frozen at the peak of freshness in individual vacuum-packed, biodegradable packaging. All meat is delivered right to your doorsteps for free. This is 100% true. This is exactly was my experience. Then you throw it in your freezer. You thaw out what you want. You take out your fucking skillet, right? You sear it on both sides. You finish it in the oven. Take it back out. Give it a little butter bath with some fucking garlic. Oh! Is that a tasty pork chop? Butcher Box believes in a healthier food system where everyone has access to meat the way nature intended. Free of antibiotics. You spelt meat wrong. You spelt it you spelt it right. M-E-E-T. No, it's M-E-A-T. Meat is I'm going to meet you over there. And hormones and humanely raised. Can I please host the fucking National Spelling Bee? Meat. Can you use it in a sentence? Hey, fucking meet me over there. Okay. L-E. Cook with the peace of mind knowing feeding your family healthy, high... just got cut off something. Some got cut off the healthy high something or other. Convenience. Think of ButcherBox as your neighborhood butcher with their quality beef, chicken, and pork delivered right to your door. Choose your delivery frequency with customizable subscription. Recipes are available on ButcherBox website, and videos are available to follow. That's perfect. So you get this great cut of meat. You don't want to fuck it up. They'll show you how to season it, and then pretty soon they'll have videos. They're doing everything but coming over and cooking this thing for you. If you have received a ButcherBox, part of the read include your personal experience. Hey, this is as personal as it gets. For $20 off your first box and an order of free bacon, go to butcherbox.com. Repeat entire call to action. Well, why don't you write it again? For $20 off your first box and an order of free bacon, go to butcherbox.com. I think this supposed to be /Burr and enter in promo. It says unique URL and enter promo code. Who gives a fuck? It's delicious. Just go there and order it. Butcherbox.com. All right, Helix, everybody. Helix? There's nobody on the planet like you. And that may or may not be a compliment, depending on how you are. So why would you buy a mattress built for everyone else? Working with the world's leading sleep experts. That's a great fucking job. Go back to your high school reunion. Whatever happened to you? I'm a sleep expert. Helix Sleep developed a mattress that customized to you. I can tell by your buns you don't have the right mattress. Okay. Helix Sleep developed a mattress that customized to your specific height, weight, and sleep preferences so you can have the best sleep of your life at an unbeatable price. That must be amazing, huh? To have one that knows, which way, if you're leaning on your side, if your junk does or does not touch the mattress, so it can kind of, cradle it. Here's how it works. Go to helixsleep.com, fill out their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll design your custom mattress. They can even customize each side for you and your partner. Very progressive. To not say spouse, to just say partner, right? Although gay people can get married in most states, right? Maybe you call your dog partner, and what you guys do behind closed doors is your own damn business. In 2018, Helix Sleep, could you please not bring up bestiality during the read? Other than that, we loved it. In 2018, Helix Sleep has taken customized sleep to the next level with the Helix Pillow. The all-new pillows are fully adjustable so you can achieve perfect comfort regardless of sleep position or body type. Fully adjustable. I'm just picturing somebody punching it like you do with anything else. There's got to be something more to it than that. Helix Sleep has thousands of 5-star reviews, plus you get 100 nights to try them out. Gross! Go to helixsleep.com/Burr right now, and you get up to $125 on your mattress order. That's helixsleep.com/Burr for $125 off your mattress order. helixsleep.com/Burr. All right. That wasn't bad for being jet lag. Billy, what's the deal? Anyways, all right, so I'm back on it. I did 50 minutes of yoga this morning at like 4 in the morning because my lower body is not feeling good these days, riding on all these goddamn airplanes. So I'm going to go get a fucking massage today, have somebody jam their fucking elbow into my hammies, try to free them up again, My calves are all fucked up. I got this masseuse, right? She fucking kills me in a good way, right? I swear to God, like my calves, when she was pushing down on them, no one's ever, I didn't know, back in the day, if anybody ever gave me a massage, but any part of your body is sensitive? I'm like, yeah, my calves. So they would stay away from it. I didn't realize that meant they were all glued up and shit. So this person's been working on them, and I'm literally coming up off the table at barely any pressure from the elbow. And she goes, "Just what does it feel like? Like what type of pain?" I go, "It feels like there's a ball of hornets in my fucking calves." But I've just been too busy to have her finish and get it all back to the way it used to be because of my fucking life. But I have to tell you, man, being a 50-year-old man now, if you can find a good masseuse, the quality of life that you're going to have, if you stretch, if you eat right, if you don't drink Glenlivet, all the way back from Paris, which I didn't. I'm exaggerating for comedy effect, all right? Like, I was having this problem where I would lay down and I would watch TV for like sometimes as little as like 20 minutes. And when I would go to stand up, like I had to stretch. That's like how fucked up my calves were. And like I felt like my Achilles tendon was going to snap, like something was going to snap. So I've just been having this woman beat the shit out of my legs. And, that's, you know why I found out? It was back when I had that sciatic nerve issue. And I felt a little twinge of that starting to come back, just that little bit of tightness. So, I don't know. She's going to turn me into hamburger tomorrow, hopefully. And that's it. All right. That's the podcast here for this week. So great to be back here. Thanks again to everybody in Dublin, Ireland that came out to the show. Thanks to everybody in London, England. Thanks to everybody in Paris, France for putting up with my French. Thank you to Guns&Roses for putting on the best concert I've ever seen. And that's it. I guess I'm just really thankful. Enjoy the music, and you can listen to another half hour of Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. Greatest hits from a Thursday early in this year or years ago. I have no idea. All right? That's it. Have a great weekend, you cunts.
Histoire improbable d'une fantaisie, proche de l'équateur, à un point précis. Latitude 500, longitude 36, au cœur de la forêt, à 7 indécis. Dans ta tenue d'air verdoyante, tu étais d'une beauté étourdissante. Les oiseaux nous chantaient leur mélopée, et nous vivions heureux dans la canopée. Jungle sauvage, ouvre tes bras, il en faut peu pour toi et moi. Prenons racine dans les bois, enfants naïfs ou hors la loi. Les pieds plantés dans un ruisseau, écoute chanter ce drôle d'oiseau. Il nous invite un peu plus haut à partager nos idéaux.
Like a boss.
And then we started watching this series on Netflix. It was something about these chefs. It was all these French cooks. And it was great to hear the French language because I kind of stopped it once again. I was picking up, little phrases here or there that made me feel good. And these chefs were incredible. We watched like 2 or 3 episodes of it. Of course, I don't know what the name of it is. But it made me want to live in Paris for like fucking 3 months, 4 months, 5, whatever it would take just to get kind of passable and take a pastry making class. I know that sounds like the stupidest thing ever, but this fucking guy, he takes like an apple and he was going like, this guy was an artist. He was just sitting there going like, I was so sick of making all these fucking things. I had to come up with some new thing to do with an apple. And he fucking just, imagine if you just kept peeling a thing, right? If you were just peeling the skin off, but you just kept going all the way down to the core. He did that and it was all one piece. He did it with some hand crank thing. And he said, I wanted to make a rose out of an apple. And he somehow did it and turned it into a dessert.
Il va pour en faire visuellement des roses. Et bon, on a tout un travail sur la texture de la pomme, tout en préservant aussi une mâche.
Ça qui est merveilleux. Donc, si vous fonctionnez avec cette essence sublime de la vie,
fucking chopped a duck and a chicken in half and he sewed them together, which was very Nazi-esque / American Horror Story. That kind of creeped me out.
Ça, c'est quand même fou. d'avoir cousu le poulet et le canard. Il joue en fait avec ce côté impossible, ce mariage impossible.
And then, of course, they had to show how they were cooking lobsters, live lobsters over an open flame. Can I ask you guys a question? What did the lobster ever do to us? Every other animal has the decency of being dead before we fucking, at least in this country. I know other countries, they got fucking maggots running around their Apple Jacks for extra protein, you know? That's like us putting whey powder into our shakes. They put like fucking bugs and stuff. You know what I mean? Puts a little spring in your step, a little twinkle in your eye. So anyways, I'm watching this fucking lunatic. And for the life of me, I don't know why they just can't at least can you just fucking, I don't know, can they make like a little lobster hammer and just fucking knock it out at least? Does it have to be squirming on the flame? And do you have to keep telling me that it doesn't feel pain? It doesn't have a central nervous system, whatever the fuck they try to say. It's just like what? It's like an amoeba? It isn't. Okay, the fucking thing's got eyeballs and shit. It's walking around. It's got its little tentacles. What do we call it? Those big fucking things coming out. It can see. It breathes. You got to have pain. That's part of survival, right? Wish there was a way to shut it off. Jesus, I'm all over the map. I was talking about not LSU. I was talking about Alabama, USC. Now where the hell am I? So anyways, the guy got sick of talking about... after a while, he just got sick of the blood of all the animals.
Ce que je savais, c'est que le tissu animal, c'était terminé. Et après, je suis parti. Je me suis aperçu que j'avais envie de faire autre chose. J'avais envie de changer de métier.
And he got 3 stars over in France, and 3 stars is the highest you can get, which is so fucking Parisian. You know what I mean? They're so fucking understated and classy. I hate to say it as American, but they really are. They really earned their snooty fucking behavior over there. The people, their style, their clothes, they crush it. You know, Mr. T got himself a gold chain and it was just like, you know what? One isn't enough. Let me get fucking 9,000 of them and hang around. They're the exact opposite of that. They got like all muted colors and then bam, a sick-ass pair of shoes or a hat or the ladies with their bags. Just fucking class. It's not like, you know, it's not like us loud Americans, you know? But it's good to be loud sometimes. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it is the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, June 21st, 2010. How the hell are you? God damn it. You like that? That's my, come on, let's fucking do this. You know? Like you gave up on your dreams and you picked an easy fucking drone route. Got a job at a corporation and I'm the first guy that, you know, you're going to meet and I'm trying to get everybody all on the same team. Come on, everybody. You know, let's go look at some spreadsheets. Why can't I fucking hear myself? I'm screaming right now and I'm not hearing the volume in my headphones. These headphones getting old? You know, are they made in America? Is anything made in America anymore? I have no fucking idea. But anyways, I'm actually taping this on, Sunday, June 20th. So it is Father's Day. So happy belated Father's Day, everybody. You know, I hate that word, belated. Happy birthday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there who stuck around. You know? Happy Father's Day. You know, even if the fathers, you know, you married some twat and you realize you didn't love her anymore and, you know, she fucking took off and started banging the fucking dude down the street. So you flipped out, you threw some furniture, and now you're considered a danger to her and your children. You can't really see them today. Happy Father's Day to you, too. But no happy Father's Day to somebody who just knocked somebody up and never hung around.
You're not a father. You're a guy with a dick who shot a load into a vagina and you fucking left. You left. You're riding the bench. You're not in the game. So, happy Father's Day, fuckers. What'd you get? Did you get some shit gifts? Like all guys get? You know, what do women get on Mother's Day? Huh? What do they get? Huh? They get fucking pancakes. You know, what does a guy get? A new breathable shirt for when he goes out and mows the lawn that day? Is that what you get? Some fucking... What do you get? A new driver. I'm a dad. Get some fucking tool for the garage, something to help you fix the fucking place up. You know, I got a lot of balls. I actually got my girl a gift certificate to some cooking classes 1 year for her birthday, you know? And that was one of those gifts as I gave it to her. I was like, she's either going to love this or I'm really going to piss her off, because it is a very nice gift, but there's also an element of, why don't you learn how to cook, bitch? But it wasn't that. You know, this is actually a gourmet, you know, whatever. I'm going to fucking make out in the deal. It was a douchey gift. And I gave it to her, looked her right in the eye and said, here you go. Here's my gift to you that will make my life better because you'll become more of the person that I want you to be. Did that make sense? Anyways, I had an awesome weekend working down the Improv in Hollywood. Sold out 3 shows. And let me tell you something. It's a small club, but I was very impressed that everybody came out, because that's a hard ticket to sell here in Hollywood. You know? When Leonardo DiCaprio's also having a pool party the same fucking night, do you think anybody wants to come down to the Melrose Improv? They don't. When the fucking Corona girls are showing their twats up on Fairfax and Sunset, or whatever, all that Hollywood shit's going on. So the fact that everybody came down to see me was really awesome. And even though the Improv spelt my name incorrectly on the marquee, B-U-R-R-R, Bill Burr will be performing tonight. I had a great time working out my new hour. Some hiccups here or there. And all the shows went great, except for the late show Saturday night. Kind of had a weird show where there was this woman talking. This lady was running her fucking mouth, as they do. You know, they can't help it. They're emotional. Do you know women say like twice as many words a day as men? What, you fucking think I didn't notice? Do you think none of us didn't notice? You know, just because you're saying twice as many words during the course of the day doesn't mean you're really saying anything. You know? You ever been hanging out with people and everybody's running their mouths about how to solve a fucking problem, and there's that quiet person in the corner, and like with 3 words, they sum up what the fuck we should be doing? Just because you're running your yap doesn't mean you say anything. Just because all you broads out there are so fucking afraid of silence, you know, because your clock is ticking, or whatever the hell's going on with your fucking bodies. Jesus Christ. Your fucking cycles. Sorry, I don't know why I'm being so ignorant right now. I respect women, you know, and their wombs and their ability to you know, take a load, you know, and then fucking walk around as it gets created with no effort on their part whatsoever, you know. Me shooting a load really doesn't take any fucking effort. You know, a couple of strokes back and forth. I'm a good 2-minute man. Does that feel good? That's it. That's my game. Deal with it. You got to focus. This is really disgusting. I usually don't do sex jokes like that. A lot of bodily fluid so far. But once again, I'm doing this this part. Oh no. Stay on target. Stay focused here. I was going to talk about that the third show. So I'm doing my show, and, you know, it's going great. And I hear this yammering, and out of my left ear, and I look over, and lo and behold, it's some woman talking to this other woman. And I said, hey. And she was so involved in her conversation that she couldn't even hear me. You know, standing 10 feet away with a spotlight and a microphone, she couldn't hear me. So going, hey, ma'am, yes, you, ma'am, please. Huh? Can you listen to me? Thank you. So she shuts up. I do my shit. And then like 5 minutes later, I don't know what she did. She started heckling me. And by the way, when the crowd gives me shit, that's heckling. When I give them shit, I'm not heckling. There's like 4 people came up to me this weekend. I like how you heckled that woman in the audience. Heckling is what an audience member does. We'll have the definition up on the mmpodcast.com where you can get all your little tidbits, your little fucking bacon bits off of the podcast. If you're new to the podcast and if I throw out references that you don't understand, and when I recommend YouTube videos and you're like, Jesus Christ, do I have to go to YouTube and I have to look up all these videos? Wouldn't it be great if there was a web page that just had all the videos that he recommended and pictures of the references that he made and links to shit that he talked to, rather than me having to make a list on Post-it after Post-it in my fucking cubicle? Well, we got that for you. www.themmpodcast.com. You go there, you'll see all of this shit. And I described that so well, I totally forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Oh, that's right, a definition of heckling. Heckling is what somebody in the crowd does to a performer. All right? There's all different kinds of heckles. There's you could be heckling even saying something nice, fucking up my rhythm. I was walking down the street the other day. Oh, I've done that. I love streets. You know, that's a form of heckling. It's one of the hardest hecklers to deal with. All right, but when I'm trashing someone in the crowd, I'm just doing crowd work. Doing crowd work. If they didn't say anything, hey, where you from? That's playing with the crowd, but it is not heckling. So, stop coming up to me at the end of my shows going, I like the way you heckled that guy in the crowd. How exactly did I do that? Did I sit in the audience and then put the audience on fucking stage? All right, Bill, we got it. You made your point. Okay, you're right. Sorry. So anyways, like after I said, ma'am, hello? I'm trying to do my act here. I got back into my act. Like 5 or 6 seconds later, she yelled something at me, some sort of non sequitur. Oh, I said I got to take my dog to the dog whisperer. And she goes, shh. I go, what? She goes, you said dog whisperer. So I went, shh. And it was just dead silence. I was like, what? And I was literally looking at her like, is this person mentally challenged? Before I go, because you got to make that assessment, because you don't want to do that, you know? So, I don't know. You know what ended up happening was she had a major issue with the fact that I called her ma'am. You know? Which brings up, a very interesting point in your life, is where a woman goes from young lady to a ma'am, and when a guy goes from young man to a sir. You guys all remember the first time somebody called you sir or ma'am? And you were like, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking old. But after a while, you deal with it, and you forget. You forget that people are even saying that. Especially because most of the time nowadays, when someone's calling you sir or ma'am, it's some douche on the phone that you're trying to get to help you, but they can't help you. Yes, I'm sorry, sir. I understand, sir. Yes, well, there's nothing I can do, sir. Ma'am, I'm trying to help you, but I'm sorry. I don't know why they transferred you to me, ma'am. And you're just more pissed off about the subject. But there is that moment. The first time somebody calls you sir or ma'am, which I get. But if you saw this lady, she was at least fucking 8 years into being a ma'am. In fact, a good friend of mine watching the show, Neil Brennan, was standing back at the back of the room, and after the show, he goes, she was so a ma'am. And she was. She looked like that girl who played Nellie on Little House on the Prairie. Remember that? The 13-year-old cunt with the fucking Cindy Brady haircut at 15? And she was just a cunt the entire fucking series. Well, just imagine if that cunt was now fucking like, this girl was like 36, 37, easy. She already had, when you start getting the jowls, there's that, whatever that, it's not your chin. They call it a double chin, but it's the flesh between your chin and your Adam's apple. It starts to sag a little bit. Gravity's been pulling on it. She had that, and about 2 tons of fucking blush on her face. And, she was such a, she's douchebag of the week. She was really douchebag of the week. She just kept running her mouth. And, I know, I got a thing where I try, this is hilarious after everything I just said this week on the podcast so far. I try not to attack, there's a few things I don't do. I don't make fun of mentally challenged people. I did that a couple times in my career, did not go well. I felt like an asshole afterwards, so I cut that out. And, I don't go after women's looks. That's usually a last resort because, I don't know, it just, this, believe it or not, there's certain things that are too mean. But on the podcast, evidently, I can fucking go off on women. Is that what it is, Bill? I'm trying to think of all the shit I said in the last 12 minutes. I'm sure I'm being totally fucking hypocritical right now. But whatever. It's my podcast. Oh, speaking of that shit, my girl was watching one of these dumbass fucking shows this week. You know those shows, the real fucking hoary housewives of fucking Toledo. And they got their faces fucking yanked back. And they're desperately trying not to be their age. For whatever fucking reason. For whatever reason, Why can't they have them looking like moms? So you can actually relax and enjoy the show and look at someone who's 42, who looks 42, and they're happy. And they're in some sort of a stable relationship. Rather than showing these cunts going to these fucking art shows and sipping wine as they're doing squats up against a fucking refrigerator, desperately trying to hold on to their youth. It's fucking over, lady. You got like 3 kids. Relax. I'm not saying become disgustingly out of shape so you have heart disease. But to sit there and go to the mall and at your age and buy the same fucking jeans that the kids are wearing, you look ridiculous. You look ridiculous. This whole fucking, what is it, cougars? Is that what they call them? It's sad. The same way it's sad when you see a fucking older guy doing the same shit, hitting on fucking younger girls. It's sad. But of course, when women do it, it's empowering. Anything they do, it's fucking empowering. The exact same shit we do. All of us, we're sad. We're sitting at Hooters, and we're fucking pathetic. And everybody goes off saying how, fucking sad our lifestyle. But a woman does it, they can make a goddamn series of it. Why can't that Cougar Town when they make Dirty Old Man Town? And they do it, and the fucking guy would be considered a fucking creep. And a woman does it. I guess it's considered an accomplishment because guys are so visually motivated. They're like, wow, an old bag like you can still get a young guy? Good for you. Good for you. You with your lizard tits. See, there you go, being hypocritical again. Sorry. So, anyway, she's douchebag of the week. And it was one of the few times I ever have somebody kicked out. The bouncer came over. At first, I was like, no, I'm kind of enjoying this. I like a little bit of back and forth. And I thought we were going to get to some sort of resolution. But, like, by the 5th time I went back and forth with her, the whole crowd, they weren't laughing. They just went, oh, God, shut up. So then that becomes like, okay. Now people aren't getting their money's worth. And that's going to affect my fucking, career. So you got to go. So they kicked her out. And I'm sure she drove home feeling like it was some sort of victory. See, Daddy kicked me out because he couldn't deal with me. That's her playing with her chins. It's like, no, if you were just sort of a cunt and everyone wanted you to leave. I don't say cunt too much more in this podcast. I've noticed that. And all of a sudden I've made up for it in the last 3 minutes. Made up for the last 26 podcasts. So anyways, what else? Oh, Jesus, let's delve into it. The Boston Celtics lost to the Los Angeles Lakers in 7 games, man. It was fucking brutal. One of the ugliest game 7s I've ever seen. And if you really look at the series in general, it was a pretty ugly scene. The whole fucking series. And I don't know. Remember last week when I was like, we're in a good spot, but I can't get any read on this series because it was so fucked. So the only pattern I could see was the Celtics were old, so when they flew out for game 1, they were tired, and they got the shit kicked out of them. They get a good night's sleep, they win game 2. All right, they fly back to Boston. They're tired again. They lose the game. Get a good night's sleep. They come back. They win games 4 and 5. Fly out to L.A. They're tired again. They get their fucking asses kicked. They get a good night's sleep. I'm thinking they're going to win game 7. And they did not, unfortunately. I just think, Kendrick Perkins, that was just too much for us to lose. Took on too much water. And the Lakers were just younger, more talented. And, when they get 13 of the first 15 fucking rebounds, I don't know how we were still winning that game. But, it was definitely brutal. It was fucking brutal. And as much respect as I had for Pau Gasol, I started to fucking hate him again. The fucking asshole, man. It's like before he even drives to the hoop, he already has a look on his face like he's getting fouled. And the way he fucking flops around. I was joking around this weekend. You ever drive by some shitty car wash and they have like that celery stalk fucking looking thing? It looks like a guy and they shoot air up into it and his fucking arms flap all around. That's what Pau Gasol looks like going to the fucking hoop. And I got to tell you something. I'm not taking anything away from the Lakers because I just think out of all 4 major sports, the officiating in the NBA is absolutely fucking horrific. To the point, I've been saying this forever, the refs literally dictate the pace of the game. It used to be the point guards when they wanted to speed it up and slow it down or whatever. Guys on either team would do things. The point guards, they'd pick it up or slow it down. Now it's the refs. Oh, let's let them play. First half. We fucking tackled Kobe on one play. They let it go. I'm like, that's exactly how you should be calling this game. It's game 7. Let them go. And then when it really fucking counted in the fourth quarter, they were just running down the court with their whistles in their mouths. And I don't want to be cunty here, but what the fuck? You know what I mean? None of the Lakers were fouling people. And then all that bullshit with the relationship. I mean, I get it. Kobe drives into Rashid. Kobe's the face of the league. I get it. He's going to get the call the same way Tom Brady gets the calls, the same way Jordan gets the calls. I get that. And but if Rasheed Wallace is standing sideways with his arms down by his side and he's not moving and fucking Kobe jumps into him, I get the no call because it's Kobe and he gets the superstar rule. But if you're going to call a foul, that's fucking offensive. To put Kobe on the line on a horseshit call like that during Game 7, man, that's what the fucking refs. And I'm not shitting on the Lakers. I'm not taking this away from them. But I fucking hate the NBA refs. Get out of the goddamn way. Let them play. So fucking annoying. Go all the way to Game 7, and it's decided on penalty shots. It's like that fucking World Cup soccer. I've gone back to saying it's a stupid fucking sport. Can somebody explain to me the offsides in soccer? Why you're not allowed to get behind the defender? That defeats the fucking purpose of every sport. I understand, one guy just can't run down the field and be hanging down by the other guy's net. I get that. But the way the defense is the offside line that basically moves down the field, and you'll see an offensive player start to run by it, and the defensive player just stops running. So then what? The offensive player has to stop running because the defensive guy is out of fucking position? It's no wonder you have 1-0 games. 0-0. What a contest. Jesus Christ, and those fucking idiots down there blowing those horns that sound like mosquitoes for the whole fucking game. I'm going to get involved in it in a second. The real reason why I haven't gotten into it was because I was watching the Lakers Celtics and whatever. Congratulations, Lakers fans. Whatever. God bless you. I'm past the hate. I don't do that shit, but and that was a hell of a celebration too that you guys had. That was awesome. You won a championship. Yeah, let's go tip over a car. Huh? Take that, you fucking automobile. Talking shit the whole series. Now what do you got to say? Huh? Storefront window? I didn't think so. That was what really surprised me is the classless level of fans out here. I don't get it. It's so bizarre. We have the courtside Laker fans, which is the highest douchebag factor Even more so than the Boston fans, the few who dress up like leprechauns that make me want to hang myself. The douchebag factor. Everybody with their Ashton Kutcher, Bing Crosby hats on. And their rock star jewelry. Did you see that one game? I think it was Game 7 when they won, and they were cutting to the three guys announcing the game: Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, and fucking whatever the other guy's name was. And that fucking like 48-year-old guy holding his gold jewelry. I think he had like a Laker pendant, you know, like he's 21. The whole fucking thing was ridiculous. But I don't get how you have like around the court, you got these fucking fans. They show up like halfway through the second quarter. They're on their cell phones and shit, text messaging. Like, did you see Courtney Cox sitting, speaking of Cougar Town, sitting courtside? She looked like she was waiting to get her fucking nails done. No emotion, just sitting there in her leather pants. So it really looks like there's not a lot of passion. Or at least on the side court. Under the hoop, you start to get real Laker fans. But then, like, up top, like, I don't understand those people. Those people take it. I think they're making up for the who gives a fuck attitude of, like, the cast of whatever new hit sitcom got the fucking courtside seats, and they start tipping over shit. I don't know. It's like, what are you, Canadian fans? I got to be honest with you. For as much shit as they give Philadelphia fans, you know, they threw snowballs at Santa Claus. Oh yeah, did they tip over a police car and light it on fire? Did you see that shit after they won? That's what kills me. They won, and it looked like fucking Tiananmen Square. The only time I ever saw that in Boston was after we broke an 86-year curse, and you knew some shit was going to go down. You knew it. That much fucking rage. But they won it 2 years ago. You see that? I'm justifying when we act like douchebags. But when we win a basketball championship, we don't freak out. I don't know. I got to be honest with you. Sports out here, it's not fun. Like back east, there's a lot of shit talk and there's a lot of ball breaking. And believe me, I took a ton of shit in New York, but there was an element of fun with the misery. But out here, it's not fun. You go to games out here, you know. You go to a game in Philly, you're like, okay, someone's going to dump a beer on me. Maybe I'll get puked on, you know. You come out here, you're like, you know, I think I'm going to get stabbed. And I had that experience at a fucking Charger game, at an Angels game, and actually not at a Lakers game, just at a Chargers, Lakers, and a Dodgers game. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, granted, the common denominator in all three of those is the fact that I went to a game. But whatever, I talk shit, I get a little drunk, I talk shit back to me. You know? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? But, you know, to take it to the level that you're going to fucking stab me? I don't fucking know. All right, let's get on. And then, like an asshole, I sat there and I watched the post-game, the Lakers post-game, where they had Michael Cooper and some chick from the WNBA. You know, you would think with all the great Lakers that they could get another fucking Laker great if they wanted a former player. But I get it. They're trying to hype the fucking WNBA. So this fucking twat comes on there, right? And starts, the WNBA chick, and starts trashing Kevin Garnett, which is such the classic cunty thing to do, where it's like, first of all, sweetheart, you were on the edge of your seat and didn't know the Lakers were going to win this series until there was about 41 seconds left. And now that you won, you're going to act like it was in the bag. And she was trashing Kevin Garnett, right? Kicking him when he's down. The guy comes off major knee surgery. His fucking arm was jacked up. He never bitched, never made any excuses, never responded when Pau Gasol said he's lost a step, never said shit. And this chick goes, the big ticket, should have called him the big coupon. You know, what a fucking classic. It's just unbelievable. So out of a fellow athlete, you're going to do that? I could see, you know, even a former NBA player maybe, but a WNBA player. I was joking about that shit all this weekend. The WNBA, really? You're going to talk shit about Kevin Garnett? It's fucking, yeah, what do you got? WNBA, you got to have a fucking bake sale at halftime so your check doesn't bounce? I don't know. It was really, I was really surprised at the classless level of behavior with the fucking people trashing the downtown, her talking shit, and even Michael Cooper still being like a cunt. Where it's like you won. You know what the thing is? It's really easy to be classy when you win. And they couldn't even do that. So I kind of lost an element of respect for the Lakers, but I'm sure they don't give a fuck. But I don't know. But I'm actually proud of the Celtics because if you looked at it on paper, we should have got absolutely destroyed. And somehow it went 7 games. And I don't know. I don't know how the fuck we ended up losing it in the end. Actually, we know what? The Lakers made a great adjustment. What's his face? Ron Artest, when he started shutting down Paul Pierce and no one else could step it up, I thought that they made a great adjustment, and we couldn't overcome it. And then they went on like that fucking 13-0 run, and that was it. And what really kills me as a Celtic fan is that Kobe shit the bed. Shit the bed. Like, we're talking at a John Starks level in a Game 7, okay? And once again, I was going to feel vindicated the same way I did with Peyton Manning when everyone was saying, you're arguably looking at the greatest quarterback of all time. Same thing with Kobe Bryant, all right? These fucking guys who keep trying to compare him to Michael Jordan. He's not. Okay? Who's the second guy to go to the moon? Does anybody know? Exactly, because no one gives a fuck. Did a second guy go to the moon? Did we ever go to the moon? That was a bad example. You know, who's the second guy who made a light bulb work? Nobody knows. Just doing something that's already fucking been done by somebody great does not make you on the same level of great. It's when you do something great that's never been done before. That's what separates you, okay? I'm not going to go into this fucking rant again. But Kobe Bryant shit the fucking bed. And that fucking Mark Jackson, Jesus Christ. He's got a poster of Kobe over his bed. At one point, Kobe was 2 for 19 in Game 7. 2 for 19. And somebody, fucking Van Gundy brings it up. And fucking Jackson's like, yeah, but he's got 12 big rebounds. Look how he runs down the court. I love the shape of his calves. He shit the bed. Pau Gasol kind of shit the bed too, missing all those foul shots. That bearded ballerina with his fucking fundamental European game. You don't miss those, but it was Game 7. He bitched up a little bit. You know, but you need a little bit of luck to win it. And I think Rashid going down. Same with the Celtics. We got lucky in 2008 when Bynum was out. You need a little bit of luck. And the Lakers had it, God damn it, and they won another one. And, you know, they're up to fucking 16 championships, the franchise is. And Laker fans can stand hand in hand with another man from Minnesota and say, we together have 16. Whereas in Boston, we can stand like men on our own and say we got 17. All right, fuckers? You fucking cunts. Oh, God, I'm so pissed. Jesus Christ, this was really rough. I should have watched baseball. I don't know why I tapped out from baseball. I watched the Bruins lose 4 games in a row after being up 3-0. And then I watched us lose a 7-game fucking heartbreaker to the goddamn Lakers. I was so hoping we were going to drink champagne. Jesus Christ, what will you fucking Laker fans do if you lost? Burn down the Staples Center? You have to go back to the fucking Forum? That would actually be better. I like the Forum better. Have you guys ever been to the Forum? You got to go out there. It's legendary. It's legendary. You come in there, you just can see the old Showtime Lakers. You know, you can see all the whores lining up, waiting to fuck Magic. He used to get head right on the bench. It's back when the NBA was great. They'd let you play, and the fucking players would get blown right on the bench. There was no WNBA. Those bitches were on their knees blowing the star players of the NBA. Check it out. It's all up on YouTube if you don't believe me. So I got a couple of predictions. I have the same way how the steroid case started off small and became huge. I think that the NBA has a major problem with their fucking officiating. All right? And once again, I'm not making excuses. I gave it up to the Lakers. You were younger and you're more talented. You deserved it. You clamped down on defense, okay? We good? Can I make this point? There's something going on. I don't know what. I'm not on the inside, but remember I said that. There is something going on with those officials. They're either, you know, they had that one guy who got busted for having mob ties. And somebody at the Improv last night was trying to tell me, and I can't back this up like most of my shit, but they were trying to claim that some gamblers have been calling this guy in prison, phoning this guy, and they've been asking for gambling tips, and he's pretty much dead on if you tell him who's playing and what the officiating crew is. He can't pick against the spread, but he can tell you who the fuck is going to win. Just because he knows the personal vendettas they have. And, and if you look at Rashid has been a dick for years, the refs fucking hate him. That's why when he's standing flat-footed sideways and Kobe jumps into him, it's a defensive foul. So, and I get it. It's hard to set your personal shit aside, but it was Game 7, you fucking asshole. But anyway, I don't know. I think it's a little fixed, but it can't be fixed because the Lakers didn't even cover. I don't know what's going on, but there's something weird going on. At the very least, there's some new officiating style. I think the refs might be finally just fed up with the fact that they only make $150,000 to fucking run up and down a basketball court, which to you or I is a great job, but I think they're sick of getting cursed out by 22-year-old tattooed millionaires. I think they're tired of it, and they've decided that, I don't know what. They decided something, but I don't know. Something? I don't watch NBA hoop enough nowadays to really be 100% about that. But any hoop fans out there, can you go with me? Doesn't it seem like there's something weird going on? It's like even when you watch baseball, if somebody has a fucked up strike zone, it's a consistent strike zone for the most part. Okay, he's calling that low on a strike tonight. And for 9 innings, that's what the fucking guy does. And as much as it pisses you off your first at bat, now you kind of know the guy's parameters. But like with the officiating, it's like they're letting it go, then they're calling everything. And it's starting to make me feel like, because it is a business, that if one team goes up by too many points, the officials kind of do shit to make sure that it stays close so they get that advertising money. I don't know. Am I just pissed because my team lost? I was saying that shit before when I went to that game when Garnett blew his knee out in fucking Utah, that it seemed like something weird was going on. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see what I think next week when I've maybe started to get over this fucking loss. What's the worst is when your team shits the bed like the Bruins did, or if your team loses a 7-game heartbreaker to your absolute arch rival. The hardest thing is, like, you can't watch any sports TV. I've been watching like the Food Network. I was actually watching a show the other day on this HD channel that has all this shit with like a bunch of cars and stuff. I'm like psycho into cars, my OCD. I've gotten totally into cars, and so I keep going to this channel, and they actually had this unbelievable show. It was basically about the bird and magics of like Marine Corps and Army snipers throughout the history of the U.S. military. They had the Michael Jordans of snipers. And they had this dude, man. It was the most fascinating goddamn show I've seen in a long time. And I stumbled on it because I didn't want to watch the Sports Center, watch Sports Center and listen to me. The Celtics didn't get it done. They just, there's things to do and they didn't do it. They didn't get it done. I can't fucking watch that shit. I know. I got it. They lost. And I also didn't want to watch Kobe jump up on the scorer table and do his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings. What he really should be doing is counting how many fucking points he had that weren't from the foul line. Sorry, had to get one more in. So they showed this dude, like, remember that big battle in Fallujah? I guess it was in 2004, if you could fucking believe it. It was already like 6 years ago. And there was this Marine Corps sniper who had like 32 kills in 30 days. And they were talking up. This guy was like shooting through like a softball size hole at targets that were like 400-500 yards away. And it had accuracy up to 600 yards. 6 fucking football fields. All right? and you're peeking out from behind the rubble. I think it's okay. And then, blam! Your fucking, the back of your head gets blown out. And they were talking about what a psychological mind fuck that was. And then they try to find you, but they can't peek their heads out because this guy was so fucking badass. Like Rick Barry from the foul line. He's picking these dudes off. And then he'd pick the dudes off who would try to drag the dead dude out of the street, just like in Saving Private Ryan, but reverse. Because it was an American guy doing it. And it was absolutely fascinating. Then after they were talking about that guy, and he has to sit there, and those guys, what they do on the other side is they just start lobbing like, what is that, mortar? Those, they stick it in that tube and it goes, boom. It shoots over a couple of condos. And he goes, you just got to sit there and hope one doesn't have your name on it. Why do I watch action movies where there's actors who pretend to be badass when you can watch shit like that? It was one of the fucking manliest things I've ever seen in my life. This guy was just picking people off. He has to take into consideration crosswinds, how quickly these guys are running. He was going after the guys it was like a video game. Like the RPG guys were like worth like 2,000 points. If you just got some guy running across the street trying to get a fucking tabbouleh salad, that was worth like 25. Anyways, so then after they got done talking about that guy, they talked about they cut to this dude in Vietnam who had like 93 confirmed kills, and he went head to head with some other badass sniper who was on the Viet Cong, and the Viet Cong guy spotted him. This is how badass the Viet Cong guy was. He shot a round by his foot as a challenge. This guy was bored with picking off regular people, so he wanted to go mano a mano with this other sniper. And for like 4 days, they're tracking each other through the jungle. Coming up on each other's flank, whatever the fuck that means. One dude would be like 300 yards in front of the other dude, and then they'd be crawling on their fucking elbows, and somehow by the time they were done, he'd be where that dude was, and then the other dude was where the other dude was. And just one day, the Viet Cong guy got unlucky. And it was the afternoon sun, and it glinted off his fucking, what is that, his gun scope. And this guy literally did the shot from Saving Private Ryan. He shot it through the guy's scope and blew out the back of his fucking head. And the guy had a southern accent talking about, went right through the scope, didn't even touch the sides. It was great. He was like he was talking about some fish he caught. Hey, you ain't shit, buddy. I was down. I caught a fucking fish on dry land, motherfucker. Top that one, bitch. He was doing that, but talking about killing guys. I don't know. I wish I knew the name of the show. But I found it absolutely fascinating. One of those shows that's so manly that you almost get insecure watching, that you have to somehow start fantasizing that you're the guy in it. And you start talking shit like you're the guy getting interviewed, and you're whispering to yourself on the couch, and then you catch yourself going, Jesus Christ, am I fucking crazy? For the record, I was getting interviewed on Oprah. Did anyone wonder why I'm in this business? All right. It is hot as hell in here. I got to keep the windows closed. When you say cunt every fucking 3 seconds, I got to keep the windows closed. All right, let's get to some of the shit here on the podcast. Oh, I forgot to mention that I was on Joe Rogan's podcast. I had a great time. I went out to his bungalow, and I did his podcast, 2.5-hour podcast that went by in like 3 seconds. And for the life of me, I don't know where the hell to tell you to go get it. Just look up Joe Rogan podcast. He's like hardcore into the internet and technology, and I'm sure his website will take you by the hand and lead you right to his podcast. So please check that out. And one of the things we talked about on Rogan's podcast was he was absolutely beside himself that I was not on Twitter yet. First that I didn't have, what is that thing you have in your car when you don't want to look at a map anymore? I keep saying Gcast, Gmap, iMap, Map 2.0, fucking do it for me. I don't want to think anymore. MapQuest. Fuck, what is it called? Whatever. I don't have that thing. I have a map. You tell me where you live, and I look it up, and then I get there. There's no problem. But for some reason, people are blown away by that. But he was even more blown away by the fact that I wasn't on Twitter. So he actually signed me up for a Twitter account. And I told him I don't do that shit. And he goes, he kept saying, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's the best way to hype your gigs. So I'm asking you guys, should I get on Twitter? Because I don't want to go on there and tweet about some fucking cheeseburger I just had. Like most people do, but Rogan was swearing up and down, this is the best way to do it. Like he's like, you don't even need to do radio. You just get a bunch of followers on Twitter and you tell them where you're going to be, and then they can all go out and see you. Like that fucking Korean barbecue truck that drives around here out in L.A. People are on Twitter. It's just this fucking truck that has insane Korean barbecue, and people are like, follow the thing on Twitter, and they're like, hey, I'm on such and such and Vine, and everybody drives over to go get some fucking Korean barbecue. So, anyways, we have a poll on the mmpodcast.com. If you guys, if you'd like it, if you want me to be on Twitter, I'll do it. But I got to be honest with you, I'm not going to be, I'll only be tweeting, I'll tweet like I just put the podcast just got posted. I can't do Twitter. Tweet. That's fucking ridiculous. You know what it is? There's part of me, though, I got to stop fighting this shit. By the time I got onto Facebook, it was fucking irrelevant. Nobody gives a shit. Now everybody's on Twitter. I'm giving in a little bit. I'm compromising. Fuck it. What do you want me to do? Huh? You want me to be the spokesperson for BP? I'll do it. Shit, you know something? I could do a better fucking job than their spokespersons are doing. What's their latest spokesperson? What the fuck is that guy saying? They're only birds. I gotta open the window here. Sorry, Cleo. Sorry. She gets so fucking freaked out whenever I do that. Then she starts shaking uncontrollably. Sorry. All right. Let's get back to the podcast. So let me know. Is Twitter as stupid as I think it is, or is it actually decent? But I'm going to be honest with you. If you say to get on Twitter, I'm not going to be tweeting, just got an ice cream and the whole scoop fell in my lap. OMG, LOL. I'm not fucking doing that, all right? I'll have the most boring tweets. But then that's the thing. You get on there, then you gotta try to be fucking interesting. Who gives a fuck? Go on the MM podcast. Let me know what you think. And maybe send me some emails and let me know some of the positive things. If you really think it sucks, just let me know. All right? So there you go. All right. 45 minutes in. Let's get to some of the questions here. Somebody sent me, here's another tech question for you. Somebody sent me something about saying, hey, Bill, I don't have an iPhone. Can you make it easier for me to listen to the thing at work? I don't want to have to be, I guess, I don't know what, listen to it on the computer. So I emailed the guy back like, well, can't you listen to it on your iPod? It seemed like he had one of those jobs where I forget what his job was, but it was like he went to job sites. I don't know. Is there another place where I can post the Monday morning podcast for people to listen to it on their phones? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. But he seemed to be the only guy who said some shit like that. But just in case it was a problem, if you guys have like tech-savvy fucking questions, I don't know what to do about it. But if you can point me in a direction, that'll make it easier for you to listen to this thing. I'll try to do it as long as it doesn't involve, $900 in like 3 weeks worth of work here. All right, and also I added a couple of Boston dates I got to put up on my website. One is up in New Hampshire. For the life of me, it's Sunday, so I don't know where the fuck it is. I got to talk to my agent tomorrow. But the other one is on August 12th. I'm going to be in the 2010 Newport Summer Comedy Series at the Newport Yachting Center. Huh? You like that? Moving up in the world. It's a 7:30 show, August 12th. That by the time you listen to this, I'll at least have that posted up on my website. And I know the day before or the day after, I'm going to be up in New Hampshire. So all you people up in Maine, you people over in Connecticut, there's a couple of gigs that are easier to drive to. Hang on a second. All right, here we go. YouTube videos for the week. Here's one that I think is really funny, but also I can't tell if it's fake or not. Please let me know. It's called BMW Chase. And it's a couple of rednecks judging two people in this little BMW car. They chase after them. And for some reason, they're filming it. And you think the guy in the BMW is going to get his ass kicked, and all of a sudden the tables turn. It's pretty interesting, but I don't know if it's real or not. And also the 21-foot rule. Remember that last week? The guy put up one more. He did a final video where he actually hurts himself, evidently. This guy is out of his mind, and if I worked for the FBI, I would definitely be watching this guy at all fucking times. 21-foot rule, final video. Go to the mmpodcast.com. All right, just go there. We'll have all of these up here. And if you're a dog lover, please do not watch this one. All right, deer versus dog. It's a long story. There's a baby deer, and then the mother deer comes in, or it looks like an adolescent deer, to make sure the baby deer is okay. And there's a cat that gets knocked around a little bit, but the dog gets absolutely pummeled. The dog gets pummeled. And it was really uncomfortable to watch, but for some reason I'm telling it to you and I'm laughing. I don't know why, because it wasn't funny. So if you don't like watching a dog get pummeled by a deer, check it out. But for you future serial killers who've already begun torturing animals, there's a video for you. All right, underrated, overrated for the week. This is a great one. Underrated. Letting your frozen pizza cool for the recommended 2 minutes after pulling it out of the oven. Good Lord. That's such a classic drunk food. Or like you're just absolutely starving and you've just fired in the microwave or the oven, and the second it's done, you just you do a couple of and then you bite into it, and then you got to do that. You got to you're like fanning your mouth as if that's ever worked. And then for the next 4 days, because you didn't wait 2 minutes, you have that white burned flesh, the top of your mouth. I've somehow dislocated my jaw. What the fuck is going on here? Went to the dentist and they gave me a fucking mouth guard because I grind my teeth at night because I'm a psycho. I'll fucking kill all you. Evidently I do that at night. So I got this mouth guard, and now all of a sudden my jaw pops in and out. Any of you fucking dentists out there, I gave you a big shout out last week by letting you know that I know what both canines at 6 and 11. 8 and 9 are downtown, right? Yeah, if you know how to fucking do that, every once in a while it pops out. Anyways, all right, plowing ahead here. Overrated. Those membership cards. This guy obviously is a new listener, so I think I'm up to 15 listeners here. Overrated. Listen to this. This is unsolicited by me. This guy's obviously a new listener because, sir, if you're listening to this, I've done numerous podcasts about these things. And I also have a bit about it coming in my upcoming special, coming out in September. Overrated. He said those membership cards with all the fucking chain stores are now trying to push on you. Apparently, if I give them my name, email, address, and a record of my shopping habits, I could be saving hundreds of dollars a year. Really? I'm supposed to believe a giant soulless corporation wants to help me out? Sure, I may save $1 or $2, but when I buy a CD, but at what cost? At what fucking cost? Exactly, sir. Congratulations, you're a thinking human being. These other people are just like, no, they're trying to help you out. They want you to save money while they make less money, despite the fact that you would go to the store anyways. They're morons. And here's a recommended video, a movie. Actually, I didn't check this out, but this sounds like a great psycho movie. I talked a little bit here. I talked about snipers. I made a reference to serial killers, so I think this is a fine way to end the podcast here by recommending a movie called Rampage. At least find out more about it. I guess it's a small independent film, but it says, dejected by the futility of his tedious life, a bitter small-town resident takes matters into his own hands by constructing a bulletproof outfit, picking up his semi-automatic weapons and attempting the largest killing spree ever seen. Written and directed by a controversial filmmaker, Uwe Boll. I don't know. Uweboll. Is that Ew-Ball? Ew-Ball! This ultra-violent action movie features jarring handheld camera work and original dialogue largely improvised by the cast. How you don't watch that movie is beyond me. I would love to hear that improvised dialogue. Dude! Ow! Don't shoot. I mean, what else would you fucking say? Acting like it's fucking Larry, what's his face? Larry David. I'm so bad with the fucking names. Anyways, that's the podcast this week. It's a little short this week. I got to admit, I'm a little fucking burned out. I did a podcast. I did my podcast, Adam Carolla's podcast, and I did Joe Rogan's podcast. I'm literally making an unpaid career out of these podcasts, but they're just a fucking. I forgot to say I did Adam Carolla's podcast too. Check his out. He's one of those guys who actually has 2 million fucking listeners and advertisers. His podcast is everything that I want this thing to be at some point, but I'm just too fucking lazy to go out there. You know what? I would love to have a bunch of advertisement on this podcast, but it's of shit that I enjoy. You know? Like my respect for snipers. Like if somebody wanted to advertise their sniper scope. Are you sick of your neighbor? Do you want to scare the shit out of him or maybe take out a house pet? Check out the fucking XM 3000 millimeter fucking gun scope. Even a fucking mutant could kill someone at 300 fucking yards through a picket fucking fence. Some shit like that. Maybe I'll have that. Maybe I'll try out advertising on this. I'll do free advertising for random shit. You know? Shit that I actually fucking use. Like toilets. Are you sick of shitting outside? Why don't you get a toilet, you dumb fuck? It's 2010. I like how everybody, if they're a moron, has to have a southern accent. I've addressed that in my act. What else? What other kind of advertising? Belvedere vodka? Limes. If you make limes, you grow limes, I should say. What else? That's about it. Vodka, gun scopes, and toilets. Let's start there. That'll be the advertising. You know, that reminds me a long time ago when Guns&Roses, their Appetite for Destruction came out. They had that song called Night Train. And the people of, I guess it's some sort of cheap booze. I don't know if it's wine. I don't know what the fuck it was. But the people at Night Train wanted Slash to be a spokesperson. And, dude, this is back in the day where if you were a spokesperson for something, like you lost like 30% of your audience because you were considered a sellout. Nowadays, these fucking Lady Gagas can be fucking have their legs spread around some Yoplait yogurt, making extra fucking money. Nobody gives a shit. But back in the day, that was a big thing. But he actually would have got away with it because it would have been so funny because their whole thing was that we're alcoholics. But at the last second, some groups complained that it would actually, what would that do to the youth? What would that encourage them to do? And that's one of the few times that they were actually 100% right. Because if Slash in 1988-89 told me to drink Night Train, I would have. It would have been hilarious. We would have drank Night Train while we listened to Night Train and out in our safe suburbs. We would have thought we were badass on some level. All right, I think that's it. That was a little fucking reminiscing. I took you back to 1988. You know, when the first George Bush was in office. You know, when he had some sort of restraint, sort of stick and move in the Middle East. Just fucking blast him right in the face and then leave. Let them think about it. Don't let them fly around their country. Anyways, let me hype my gifts for this week. I am beyond excited. I'm going to be in Las Vegas this weekend, co-headlining with comedian and television star Tom Papa, the host and star of The Marriage Ref on NBC. Please watch the show. Tom Papa, good friend of my podcast. And I'll be advertising I'm advertising Tom Papa right now. I'm going to be co-headlining with him at the Orleans Casino in Las Vegas Friday and Saturday night this weekend. What the fuck dates are those? Hang on. Don't get your panties in an uproar. That would be the 25th and the 26th of June. Come on out, all you people in Vegas. Been asking me to come out there. I finally got a gig out there, and as a comedian, it's an honor to perform there. That's the last place I guess George Carlin did stand up. So I'm going to try to talk to security and see if maybe I can take a peek at the theater. Maybe make a quick little video. I always promise videos, and then I never end up doing them. But maybe I can make a quick little video of me working in Vegas. Actually, a cool Vegas video where I'm not out there acting like strip clubs are fun. Rather than they're fucking... That's overrated. Titty bars. Titty bars are overrated unless you're under the age of 23. You're fucking, 23 or under. Titty bars are great. But you get a little bit older than that, it's fucking horrific. You're just wasting money, and it makes you fucking hate women. And I think, actually, the strippers, they start to hate guys after a while, but I think that they would like guys a lot more if they were fucking wide-eyed 20, 21, 22-year-olds. Oh, boy, look at the vagina. I gave her $1, and she showed me her titties. Oh, boy. Dude, this is the greatest night ever. When you're still in that phase. And I'm not making fun of 22, 23 years olds, because I was at I was that guy at that age. And I'm sure a bunch of you will email me now and tell me how fucking badass you are and all the pussy you're getting. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I was your age. Actually, was I getting any at that age? I was a late fucking bloomer. You know the middle period where Mark McGuire, right before he started doing steroids when he fucking tapered off, that was like my pussy getting career in my early 20s. And then I moved to New York, and it all worked itself out. Yeah, if you can't get laid, move to New York, by the way. It's fucking impossible not to. They're just walking down the street. I was back there last weekend. I forgot about that. Like when you're driving around L.A., they're in cars. You can't get to them. They're boxed in. But in New York, you can just harass the shit out of them. It's like the whole city's just a big construction site. It is sweet tits. Oh, come on. You going to be like that? What's the matter? I just made you uncomfortable. I just threw out a maybe you're going to get raped vibe. I can't believe you're fucking giving me this attitude. Nah, I was never that guy. But I used to always meet girls in the gym. And oddly enough, I actually met a couple on the subway. I think because they have their guard up not to get mugged, but they don't think that you're going to start hitting on them. And what I would usually do, I think I told this story, I would wait for somebody to do something weird or fucking stupid, which happens all the time on the subway. And if they would react to it by laughing a little bit, then all I had to do was make a joke, and then I was in. And hopefully if they had, if I got, I'd try to just get their number. But if I got desperate, I would whore out the fact that I was a comedian. Actually, I'm a comedian. I'll be down the Comedy Cellar tonight, which is such a bitch move. But I did it all the time, shamelessly. Had a business card with me fucking holding a microphone so they knew I was a comedian. The fuck? I did what I had to do. Look at me. I look like Richie Cunningham. What do you want from me? Look, I'm over an hour again. Just like that. That's how it goes. All right. So that is, a new episode of Uninformed I taped with Joe DeRosa, the new young teen sensation of the Opie and Anthony show. Oh, I want to thank those guys, by the way, last week for having me go on and hype my show. And I want to thank the guys, Kevin and Bean out here in L.A., and Adam Carolla for letting me hype my shows out here in Los Angeles. All the shows sold out, and it makes you feel good. So that's it. Hope you guys have a great week. And let me know. You want me to do the tweet thing on Twitter? I know I'm really copping out here. I'm acting like Julius Caesar. Do you want me to kill the Son of God? I mean, it's up to you. I'll do whatever you want me to do. But go to the mmpodcast.com. Check out all the videos and all that type of stuff. And everybody have a good week. I'm going to start watching World Cup. All right, that's it. Take it easy.